Welcome back, guys. In the last episode, we went ahead and read one of the books on this bookshelf of the library here, specifically this one down here, which gave us some detailed information about the age that we'll be going to very shortly, the mechanical age. And it told us about how Atris went to that age, met some of the inhabitants there who survived this catastrophic event with the black ships. And if we open up this book and turn the pages, here we can see an insignia of the black ship that I didn't point out before. And there is also what appears to be a map of the mechanical age with the three islands that used to be tall hills that grew taller than the city, which now resides under this rotating fortress that Atreus built with his sons and a few of the inhabitants. And they built this fortress to fend off the pirates of the Black Ship to prevent them from finishing what they started. And also, there is a drawing of a stairwell that appears to open and close, as indicated by these arrows right here. And considering that this was drawn right after the paragraph where Atreus mentioned that Cirrus and Achenar made their own projects, I assume that this was made by them instead of Atreus. And there's also what appears to be an interior shot of the rotating fortress. And that's all there is to it. Now, how can we get to the mechanical age? Well, considering the access key that we got up in the tower, I think it's pretty straightforward what we have to do. Well, in case for one of the clues anyway, that being 240, which is obviously associated with the clock tower. But what about that 221 that came with it? Well, we shall find out more about that in due time. So let's go ahead and head on over to the clock tower. And we already know how this console works. The big wheel rotates the minute hand, which is already set at the proper time. And the small wheel rotates the hour hand. And there we go, 240. Now let's see if this button will finally do something. And indeed it does. It has created a bridge, allowing us to access the clock tower and this marker switch. Alright, let's step inside the clock tower and see what we can find. Well, there appears to be a bunch of pulleys and gears and levers and a 3-digit combination here. Aha! This must be where we should implement the 221 combination. But how can we do that? Well, let's go ahead and pull this lever and see what happens. It rotates the second and last number. And what happens if we pull this lever? It rotates the first and second number. And notice that every time I pull one of the two levers, there's this weight that goes lower and lower with each pull, until eventually it reaches the bottom and I am unable to use these levers anymore. But there's also a lever over here which will reset the puzzle. So how can we put in the code 221 if the middle number is always rotating with the first and last number every time I pull one of these two levers? Well, if I pull down one of the levers and hold it down, the middle number will continue rotating. So let's go ahead and pull this once, and again for 2, and there we go, 221. And upon accomplishing that, this gear has opened up, and that looks an awful lot like the large gears at the other end of the island, doesn't it? And also, music is now playing, and I recognize that music. That's the same music that I heard at the giant gears. Wait a second. Are you telling me that putting in the code 221 actually changed the giant gears? Let's go ahead and flip that marker switch back up. Let's have a look. And lo and behold, the giant gears have opened up. Let's see what is inside. It is another book. And this looks just like the Myst book, except it doesn't say Myst on the cover. But if we open it up, we can see that it is another Lincoln book, just like the Myst book. Yep, this is one of the 4 places of protection that Atris mentioned in his message in the Imager in the 4 chamber. And we get a nice little flyby of the age. And here's something that's not present in the original Myst. If you click on the panel, you get a zoomed in shot of the flyby sequence, which I think is pretty damn cool. Yeah, there you can see 2 of the islands and the fortress on the left of the screen, and a giant gear and the 3rd island with a bunch more gears. And then, at long last, we link to the age. And so, here we are. Welcome to the mechanical age, ladies and gentlemen. Pretty straightforward looking place. Got the 2 islands here and the fortress, and there's the 3rd island behind this fortress that we can't see at the moment. And there's a console that has 4 different symbols here, and 4 buttons, and yep, each button changes the symbols corresponding to the location. And there's a big red button that does nothing. And over here there's what appears to be a walkway that leads out to nowhere. But note the line going across this walkway. And I did point out the stairway that opens and closes based on the image in the mechanical age journal. Could this be it? Will this console actually open up this stairway? Well, we shall find out later if we can find the proper combination. But anyway, let's go ahead and step inside this fortress. See what we can find. We can go left or right. Let's go left first. I always go left when it comes to options on where to go. And we come across this rather interesting looking room. All fancy schmancy and stuff. There's even a throne with a large gold medallion for the headrest. And there's a goblet and what appears to be a small checkerboard. And as a matter of fact, this isn't actually a checkered board. This is actually a music box. Yeah, something that's that can only be done in Real Myst Masterpiece Edition is you can actually open this up and it'll start playing some music. However, there is an image somewhere that shows this music box being opened up in this version of Myst, in the Masterpiece Edition. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure how to open this thing in the Masterpiece Edition, if it's even possible. But anyway, yeah, there's a nice marble throne here, and we can actually sit in it. Entirely pointless, but kind of cool. What else is there? There's also what appears to be a wind-up bird. And if we turn the handle, the bird starts flapping its wings. Isn't that cute? And there's also what appears to be a model of the rocket ship, much like the one on Myst Island, and a model of the sunken ship, pretty similar to the one that we saw in the fountain in the courtyard in the center of Myst Island. And there's also a painting of a woman. I'm not exactly sure who this is. And there's also a model of the clock tower, which looks very different than the one from Myst Island. Even though you can just barely make out the word Myst right there. Yeah, I know the image quality is pretty low, but trust me, that does say Myst. And there's also a telescope right here, which looks out at nothing. Absolutely nothing. And I can't turn it or anything, so pointless! And there's also these glowing gems that light up whenever I hover my cursor over them. And I actually read somewhere that these gems were part of a puzzle in this age, but I think the idea got scrapped at the last second, or something like that. I'm not 100% sure. And there's also what appears to be a spittoon, I guess, and a painting of a snowy mountain landscape, which looks pretty nice. And also, another painting right here. And this one I do recognize. This is Napoleon. But what's interesting is that his face is actually replaced with Sirius's face. Yeah. What? Why would you do that, Sirius? Why would you ruin such a priceless work of art? Well, then again, Serious Sam blew up the Sphinx in Serious Sam 3, so I guess I can't really complain about that. And there's also a tapestry right here, which I can't really get a good look at. Yeah, this is the best view I can get of this tapestry right here. Not exactly sure what it's showing, because again, the video quality is a bit low. And also, I noticed there is a little outline in the wall right here. And as a matter of fact, it is a door that opens up and leads to a secret stash with a bunch of treasure chests and a wine rack, it looks like. And there's a note right here. Cirrus, your greed sickens me. Your desire for wealth and plunder is never satisfied. I will instruct my subjects not to pay your new tax, and you know they'll listen to me. Regards, Akinar. Aha, okay, well, I guess according to this note, this room must be Cirrus's room. And that is made, there is even further proof, as indicated by the red page right here. Let's go ahead and grab it. And considering that there's these treasure chests with gold, and there's even some on the floor, can't I take some of this stuff with me? I mean, there's even large gold bars right here. Well, there's a silver bar right there. Kind of strange. And, hold on, I think I can open up one of the chests. This one right here? Or, oh no, I'm mistaking it for something else. Anyway, there's another exit right here that we didn't come through. Yeah, we entered from that hallway right there, but let's see where the second hallway leads us to. It leads us to the back of the fortress, it looked like. And there's another hallway down this way, which leads to a dead end. I want to continue going down this way first. See where this takes us. Oh. Well, this looks ominous. Yeah, I don't think I want to go in here. I think I'd rather, check out that other hallway first. There's a button right here on the wall. Let's go ahead and press it and see what happens. It lowers the stairwell right here. Could this be the stairwell that was inscribed in the Mechanical Age Journal? Who knows? Maybe. Let's step on down and see what we can find. There is what appears to be a console with a symbol of what appears to be two C's, sort of misaligned from each other. And there's a lever right here. And it rotates this gear and this inner C. I wonder if I'm supposed to align those C's. Oh, yep. I just noticed when the two C's right here aligned with each other, they turned red for a second. So, our goal here is to align the two C's. There we go. Let's see if that accomplished anything. It did! This doorway is now open. Well, let's go ahead and close up the stairwell. And step inside. And it appears to be an elevator. And there's 3 buttons here. Let's see where the down button will take us. Nowhere, because we're already on the ground floor. Well, let's go upstairs then. By the way, sorry if I sound a bit stuffy. I'm just getting over a cold, which is why I haven't been able to record anything in the past few days. But I'm feeling better now. I feel well enough to record this video. And we appear to be in another room, which doesn't seem to have much, anything much of interest here. There's just a bunch of lights, and that's it. And what did this middle button do? It just blinks. Okay. And the elevator takes us right between the first and second floor of the fortress. Well, what's the point of that? Well, that actually does have a purpose, and I shall show you that purpose next time on this Let's Play of Myst. Goodbye, everyone.